Top of the morning to you. How much would you pay for this screwdriver? I'm going to give you a little help. How about now? Okay, I'll just tell you. You'd pay $9.95 at Craftsman. But what if you didn't want to pay $10 for a screwdriver? How about $6 for almost the exact same screwdriver? Sure looks suspiciously similar. Gee, they're even the same height. They have the same nut. That was that one. So will this one fit in there? Wow. This mysterious brand that's Home Depot's brand. And it's $5.97. Here's another dead giveaway. It's the top one here, it's Craftsman. Here's the Husky branded one. Gee, those look suspiciously similar. I really like those those are called 6-way screwdrivers. There's 4 bits, and then they use this as a nut driver. Hence, that makes 6 ways. There are some other brands. There's some cheap knockoff ones, and interestingly enough, just down the road in Home Depot, they had a bright orange one that was $3, but it looked pretty crummy. They even turned that little turn down part, it's the same. I suspect this is made by the same company. Interestingly enough, there are some other Home Depot screwdrivers there that are Husky branded, and they look a lot like the Craftsman screwdrivers. Matter of fact, there's some screwdrivers that Craftsman used to carry that Home Depot does carry and that Craftsman doesn't carry, or Sears doesn't carry anymore. That's pretty mysterious. And to throw a real mix into this pool, if you go up to Menards, they have another brand that looks kind of similar. I think it's Evercraft. It's kind of green. They have some little bitty screwdrivers that have really nice handles, and they look a lot like the Craftsman ones. It's very mysterious. Not really. It's one company makes all these brands, all these screwdrivers, and peddles them, and keeps probably a handful of employees employed. Really like those screwdrivers. I don't know whether the Craftsman one is worth twice as much, although I do have to admit that I have taken a number of those back over the years after I've beat them senseless, and they've never given me any crap about it. They just warranty them. And interestingly enough, you can buy these tips from Sears. I want to say they're $3 for a pair, a complete set. There are other outfits that make a similar kind of concept. Klein, they make an 11-way screwdriver or a heavy-duty screwdriver, or they make a little stubby one too. But they're quite a bit more, and I don't like the feel of those as much. They have the body, and then they have a kind of a rubber grip over the outside, and I don't really care for that rubber grip so much. Doesn't mean it's a bad screwdriver, because I just don't care for the rubber grip. The screwdriver is probably one of those tools that has been redesigned about umpteen gazillion times, and the screwdriver has also taken a lot of abuse over the years. They've been chiseled on and hammered on and bent and reshaped and used as crowbars and every other thing you're not supposed to do with them, to the point now that they actually make what they call demolition screwdrivers, which are meant to be chiseled on and hammered on and pried on. It's kind of interesting. The other reason I like these is the small end, the 1/4-inch end, actually fits some of those 1/4-inch drive bits that you can get up at the hardware store, so you can kind of, if you don't want to use your electric powered driver or screwdriver or drill, you can use the hand powered one. And some of these I've made specialized tools by putting those tips in there and just gluing them in there with epoxy to make a permanent kind of combination tool for certain things. So they have their uses. I'm a little puzzled as the huge price difference. Oh well. Pays to shop around, pays to pay attention. Interestingly enough. You know, if I had to buy a screwdriver, just a general person with an everyday screwdriver, I probably would get one of these. They're pretty tough, I gotta admit. It's funny is the bodies are the same on these. Even there's like some little rings here. I counted them. There's 5 rings on each one, other than this one's blue. What's funny is the craftsman one is actually, the molding on it isn't as good as this one. I got a feeling this is an older one, and this has got a brand new mold, and it hasn't been beat up yet. It's pretty interesting. And this one clearly says it's made in Taiwan, but it is a very good looking screwdriver. I should go up to Home Depot and buy. It's funny too, is they got they've got some kind of part numbers there, and they kind of have a similar scheme for the part number. This one actually says something ACHD. I don't know if HD stands for Home Depot or heavy duty. I don't know. It's very interesting. I just thought you might find that interesting. Well, I'm going to let you go. The moral of the story here is you might want to pay attention to what tools you're buying, or if you're in the market for some tools, you might want to look around. You might find a identical tool that's kind of an off-brand. Yeah, if you went up to people in the street and asked them if they'd ever heard of Craftsman, I'd say you'd probably get most people to say yes. If you'd asked them if they ever heard of Husky and not the dog, you'd probably have, as a tool, you'd probably have a lot of people say no. It's kind of interesting. Well, I think I'm going to let you scoot here. If you have a question or comment, you're always welcome to leave a comment or question. If you'd like to join or subscribe to this channel, I talk about tools from time to time. I always try and share my observations with the rest of the world. I'm starting to accumulate quite a few videos. Hopefully some of them are useful. I think about half of them are junk, but that's okay. Anyway, have a really great day. Take her easy.